Hey everybody, it's Greg Rice. We're here in the Bucket, Pawtucket, Rhode Island, and we're going to talk about a property, right? You're going to buy a house, you think you're going to make money, you think that it's going to be lovey-dovey and big fat checks coming into your bank account, but the truth is you're probably not going to make money at all, and you're definitely not going to make money in the beginning. So why the hell are we doing this? Why are you buying properties? Well, there's a way to navigate. There's a way to navigate these waters to reach that goal of profitability and equity and all the good stuff that we work hard for. But it is not a guarantee. And the reasons I'm going to go over today are the reasons why. Number one is the purchase price. Your purchase price will indicate how much you have to bring to closing and what your monthly mortgage payment will be. So, 6 years ago, 7 years ago when I got started, units were $50,000 a piece, meaning each apartment. You buy a 4-family, you could spend $200K, no problem. The down payment was 20%, which at that time was about $40,000. So $40K gets you in the door, start renting these units, fixing them up, and you're working on getting that return back, getting that down payment back. Now, as you see, units are $100K plus per door. Down payments are 25 to 30%. So think about that. 4-unit, say for $450,000 to be safe. You're putting down $112.5 just as your down payment to get in the door, and then your mortgage is probably at that rate, you know, depending on what your interest rate is, etc., in 25 or 30-year term, just say $2,500 before taxes, insurance, utilities, all that good stuff. Your rents are good, are solid, but what is that break-even point? Is it even going to come? What if you have a vacancy? What if you have an eviction? So that's why I lead that off first. The purchase price and the down payment are going to indicate what your opportunity is, what room you even have to work with. And you could say interest rate in there as well. So your terms and the purchase price. The second thing that's going to prevent you from making money, maintenance. Maintenance is going to be the death of you, most likely. Maintenance will TKO any investor without notice. Doesn't matter who you are, what you have, what you don't have. Maintenance is unbiased. It comes in all shapes and sizes. Could be a roof, could be a pesky water leak, could be mold, could be lead paint. All of these things are going to happen. So when you do your calculations and you say, all right, I'm going to make $1,200 per month if everything goes right, chances are something's going to eat into that. Something's going to grab from that $1,200 that you're going to have to dump back into the property. The third thing is the market. Now, the market is not as important as purchase price, not as important as the maintenance, but it does play a role. It does play a factor in how this is going to pan out for you. And yesterday I was talking to a gentleman, a good friend of mine, Andre, up at Big Bear Hunting and Fishing. You can check them out. They're up there in Gloucester, aka Gloucester, Rhode Island, not Massachusetts. Will and Andre, great guys. And he was saying, Greg, you got started 6-7 years ago. I'm looking to get started now. What can I expect to be different? So I told him, I said, listen, when I started, prices were low, like we were talking about in the beginning here. Interest rates were relatively lower than they were now. So the opportunity for me to come in, fix things up, and gain some appreciation, gain some equity was there. Now, it's like a pendulum. The market's all the way over here. The prices are as high as they can be. The interest rates are as high as I've seen in a long time. There's limited room for you to go in and fix something up and say, oh, my 4-family that I bought for $450,000 is now worth $600,000, unless you're doing like monumentous improvements. So back then when I started, the pendulum was here, and we were swinging these last 6 years to get to here. And now I feel like it's got to go back, at least to the middle, until Andre has a chance to do the same philosophy, the same attitude and approach that I had, you know, the Burr method. Buy, renovate, refinance, repeat. That's what I did. Nowadays, That's not the game. The style, in my opinion, if I was over here, you buy something that's already turnkey, minimal maintenance, high rents, good quality tenants. That's the strategy, in my opinion, over here. But back over here, it was buy cheap, evict, renovate, do whatever you got to do to get that moving. Over here, you're already maxed out. So that's the difference. So first thing, purchase price, like we said. Second thing is your maintenance. Third thing is the market. The fourth thing is your mind, your attitude, your thoughts, your empathy, your emotions, right? Those will get in your way. They get in everybody's way. I'm no different. You're no different. Emotions are part of being a human, but they are not part of business. They are not part of dollars and cents. You may think they are, but the bottom line is the bank don't care. Tenants don't care. Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares about your success other than you. So with that in mind, you need to understand that tenants are going to piss you off. Your property manager might piss you off. Your maintenance vendor might piss you off. Your banker, your insurance agent, all these people in your orbit, in your sphere, are going to do something, whether purposely, on purpose, off purpose, accident, you name it. Something's just going to happen that might rock your boat. So if you rock your boat, you get rocked easily, this is not the business for you. If you want things perfect and you want to be upper hand Sam all the time and just have your way or no way, again, not going to work. I always talk about living in the gray. You got to live in the gray area in order to be successful here. So the people that always want to be in charge, they always want to be right, they always want to haggle, they always want to be the authority, they get kicked and knocked out of the box. It doesn't work. You got to be able to bend. You got to be able to flex. You got to be able to be secondary sometimes. Beta, right? People say beta. You got to be submissive at points, and you may not like it, but it's the way to not interrupt the cash flow. So if a tenant's doing something and you want to just kick them out, they're smoking in the hallways. Sure, we'll kick them out. You're going to lose 3 months rent with vacancy. We'll probably have to evict them. You're going to have $5K in renovations costs. And then, after all that's done, you're going to pay us a half month's rent to re-rent the damn thing. So is that worth it for you to feel right and to feel in charge? Chances are it's not. So don't let that happen. The fifth thing that I'll mention, outside influence, friends, family, people without the data giving you their opinions. Right? Nick, our boss, our CEO, he told me when he bought his first property, a member of his family said, "Don't do it, they're not going to pay you, you're a sucker, why you doing that, blah, blah, blah. You know, my friend rented from somebody and that," like, okay, that's your opinion. But is that a reason for me, and Nick in this case, for you, to not go forward? A lot of people will listen. They'll listen to their friends at the bar. They'll listen to their girlfriend, their boyfriend, their whatever friend, their father, their brother, their cousin, their uncle that used to have a 3-family. That is good to listen to, but it's the pasta strainer, right? That's what I call it. Everybody gives me their ideas. That's what I'm doing. Shaking the pasta. Everything, all that water and steam and flakes and whatever else just comes out, and then it leaves me with the nice warm hot pasta. Most people have buckets, okay? So they're holding the bucket, has no holes in it, and everybody's pouring their thoughts into it. And what happens? Eventually it's too heavy, you drop it, you spill it, it breaks, you can't take it, you throw it away, whatever. You got to be able to sift through people's opinions and ideas, and everybody has one. And a lot of people have strong opinions about things that they have no experience with. No first-hand experience. They're going to tell you whether you should buy or not buy a property. Be careful. Be careful with your friends and your family. I love them all, but I give them very little space in my mind. And if they do get space, they're paying rent. There's no rent-free space in here. And I've done that since a kid. I've always was weary of others' advice, because they don't have the same data. They don't have the same vision. They don't have the same ideas, upbringing, whatever, to say, all right, I'm going to take your idea, and now I'm going to do this. Why? Maybe this person's predisposed to not like this, or doesn't have the risk tolerance for that. So again, you take it with a grain of salt. Okay, I like it, thanks. Put it in my pocket. Maybe I'll use it. But chances are you won't. And it's best to follow your own brain, follow your own ideas, and trust your gut. Trust your gut. And you should be successful. So to recap, number 1, purchase price. Interest rate right there. Number 2 is maintenance. Number 3 is market. Okay, market conditions. Number 4, I forgot. Number 5 is your friends. Don't listen to them. Once again, Greg Rice here in the bucket, your property and your property managed.